You're listening to The Mentality Show, only on LA Talk Radio.
We remember, Kobe Bryant wasn't just a Laker. He was, as Magic himself said, the greatest of them all. A friend, a father, an icon. We see it now as Kobe plays on in towering murals and forearm tattoos, in meticulously painted fingernails and simple pencil sketches. In carefully arranged flowers and basketballs and jerseys, and altered subway signs, and changed lives. Kobe was beloved unlike any other. He captured the hearts of an entire generation. He was even introducing us to the next one.
Kobe and his daughter in the building.
It's the way he made us feel. From even the littlest fans to his very own daughters. Like no dreams were out of reach. Like nothing was impossible. He set out to be like Mike, and here we are, wanting to be like Kobe.
Kobe! 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 Shoot paper balls in the trash can. Kobe!
He helped forge a dynasty, tore it down, built another. That was the audacity of Kobe. Inspiring and maddening. He made us believe we too could be the greatest. We just had to put in the work, like Kobe.
We're gonna do it for Kobe.
We just had to dream big, like Kobe. We just had to keep going, like Kobe. So we don't just grieve. As fans, we remember the man and the lesson. With every 8 and every 24. With every tossed ball of crumpled paper.
Kobe! Kobe! Kobe!
We sing his name. We channel his spirit. We silently run down the shot clock.
Mamba out.
We remember, and we play on.
Greetings, world, and all of you Mentalians out there. What you just saw was compliments of the Bleacher Reports on YouTube. Sad few days here in Los Angeles from the airways of LA Talk Radio and Facebook Live. We're here at 6 p.m. Wednesday, January 29th, 2020. Welcome and thank you for joining our show today. For our 93rd rendition of the Mentality Show. 94th. You told me 93rd earlier. Okay, 94th rendition of the Mentality Show. Always the number here, folks, is 818-570-5085. That's 818-570-5085. We have a lot we're going to get into today. As you know, Mr. Kobe Bryant passed away this Sunday. And we have a lot of things we want to talk about. Everybody has their own opinion on this. Everybody has their own insights as to how they feel about this terrible, terrible tragedy. But before we get into that, we're going to go ahead and let you know who's sponsoring our show today. And Casey, you want to go ahead and tell them that?
Yeah, we're brought to you by Balorian and Malukian LLP. Check that. We're brought to you by Loyalty Auto Group. If you want to finance and lease not only a luxury car, people. I know sometimes we get mistaken that we only deal with luxury cars, but everything you want. They'll get you the best car for your situation. They're great guys. They're honest guys. They have a good reputation. You could just check everything. Conveniently located in Sherman Oaks, right off the 101. You can't miss it. Their number is 818-200-0333. You can ask for Sacco, Art, Hyro, Afo, Armin, David. All the guys there will be ready to help you. And trust me when I say they will get you the best vehicle for your situation.
There you go. And
once again, we're brought to you by Bolorian and Malukian LLP, professional injury lawyers with real results, a firm with justice, honor, and honesty, with the 99% success rate, which is out of control. For a free consultation, you could call them at 747-444-FOFO. And you can ask for Vahe, Hike, Ani, Armin, and I'm missing. Oh, Ashat. Okay. And Lily and the girls will answer the phone and answer your questions.
And service you.
And
right on.
And I used to love to say that they're a law firm with a Mamba mentality. The owner, Hike, he was very hurt by, since we're going to get into it, the Kobe situation. He told me he based his whole life after Kobe Bryant.
Wow.
Which is amazing. And that's why he has a 99% success rate, because when he defends you, he's focused, he's determined to win for you. Yeah. And that's how I used to tell him when I see him going to his deposition. I'd be like, damn, you got the Mamba mentality. He's like, you know it, Case, we're about to go do this.
Man.
So trust me, they're great.
If you got an attorney or a lawyer working for you and you feel that Mamba mentality coming from him, you're going to have a good day.
You're going to have a good day.
You're going to have a good day. You better hope the other opposing attorney doesn't have his Mamba mentality on. So, speaking of the Mamba mentality, as you all know, on Sunday, January 26th, between 9:45 and 9:47 a.m. Pacific time, famed basketball player Kobe Bryant and his daughter, Gianna Bryant, along with 7 other people. These people include John Altobelli, his wife and daughter, Carrie and Alyssa Altobelli, Christina Mauser, Peyton Chester, Sarah Chester, and the pilot, Ara Zabayan, all lost their lives in a helicopter crash in the hills of Calabasas. According to reports, they were all heading to the Lady Mambas girl basketball game scheduled to begin that day at 12 o'clock noon at Kobe Bryant's gym called the Mambas Sports Academy in Thousand Oaks. They were on their way there. Now, details are sketchy right now, but so far authorities believe that the foggy weather conditions that day may have had something to do with the crash. People have their opinions on that until the investigation. We're going to talk about that as well. Until the investigation is done. But at this moment, the incident is still under investigation. So, gentlemen, my first question for you regarding this whole thing, where were you? Everybody remembers where they were when something significant happened in their lives or in the world. You remember where you were during 9/11 and that type of thing. Where were you on Sunday?
I was at home watching cartoons.
Hey, so was I. I was at home watching cartoons. My daughter was watching cartoons, and I was on my phone, and then TMZ had like a post that Kobe had died in a helicopter crash, and I was like, this is not real. This is not true. Like, what? And it literally, I literally stood up and I was like, no way, man, this is crazy. So I started searching it to see if it was real or not. And then that's when I sent you guys the picture.
Yeah, sent it to us.
Yeah, I sent it to all you guys.
We call him TMV here. He finds everything out before anybody else.
I was like, what the hell's going on here, man? Like, this got to be fake, man.
You literally sent that before it hit the internet, because I searched it and there was nothing.
Yeah.
And then like 5-10 minutes later, it was like flooded.
It was
TMV, man.
I did the same thing. I didn't even want to respond to it because I figured you got yourself into a mess of fake news.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
So I went in just like Texie did and started looking for it. And we all know we went back and forth and is this really happening? And
I honestly didn't want to believe it. I was like, this is bullshit. This is not real. And then all of a sudden, like maybe within like 5-10 minutes later, you see it on the internet. Like, hey, everybody's posting stuff.
Yeah.
And then it comes out on the news that it happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, like this is crazy. And then more thoughts came in, and I was like, okay, maybe he was by himself. He was gonna go somewhere to, public speaking or whatever. It didn't really hit me. It didn't really hit me because I was thinking, fuck, he passed away. That's fucked up. The shit that got me was when they mentioned that his little girl was also on board and that she also passed away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That right there got me. That was hard, And I'm not usually like, emotional or whatever, but that got me because I have my daughter. I had my daughter at the time, and I was like, oh my God, like
she was right next to you.
She's like right next to me.
Yeah.
He, Kobe Bryant is 1 year older than me, and his daughter was 1 year older than my daughter. So I'm like, fuck, like
it could have been.
It could have been
a year from now. It could have been.
It could have been anybody. You never know,
same
man.
situation.
You never know.
Yep.
So that got me. Like it literally, like I wasn't bawling, but it did. Like I did shed a couple tears because I was like, fuck, that's fucked up.
I was at Ralph's grocery store. I had just finished playing basketball that morning, and I'm in the grocery store. I left my phone in the car, and I hear this gentleman walk by with his girlfriend next to him, and he yells, "Oh shit, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Kobe Bryant died." He's on the phone. He's saying this to his buddy on the phone, and I hear this, and I'm like, what did I just hear? And I'll approach anybody. I don't mind talking to people. So I went up to this guy, and I said, "Hey, man, what did you just say? Did you say something about Kobe Bryant dying?" And then he's like, yeah, hold on. And then I guess his friend is telling me the information, and then he kind of puts his head in the air like, this really is true. And his girlfriend, I guess, felt his pain, so she starts crying. And she's kind of consoling him. And I said, wow, if all this is going on, this must be real. I'm shocked. And all of a sudden, I felt the need to tell everybody in the grocery store that I saw. Everybody, look, hey, did you hear about Kobe Bryant? I believe they're saying he's dead. Did you hear anything about this? Is this true? And people were like, are you kidding? What? No. Then I was in the grocery store for maybe 15 minutes. By the time I'm walking out, everybody's on their phones. I mean, you can this thing here pretty much almost shut down the internet. I believe TMZ was shut down because of people trying to figure out what's going on. So, what about you two? Where were you at, Casey, David?
I was in bed, coming over a fucking hangover from doing what Casey does on the weekend.
And he ain't lying.
I simultaneously, my sister called crying, and my roommate busted in on me, and it was like two people at one time saying, "Kobe's dead." I was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
That's weird to hear you say that now.
Yeah.
And I was like, so immediately I went to KTLA and they weren't on yet.
Yeah.
I was like, what the shit? Then I went to CNN and it was CNN saying it was, I forget the beautiful black lady's name. I'm so attracted to her, but I can't remember her name. But anyway, she was like,
aren't we all?
0 points.
They were all involved with the impeachment shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it was gone. It was nothing there. It was just Kobe Bryant, and there's just a smoldering hill.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God and King. Then my mother called, and it was, well, what touched me about it, what I knew was real, I had friends calling me from London, Florida, New York, Jamaica, and they were just like, is it true? Yeah. And Ohio, my friends were like, is this true? And I was like, yeah. And it hadn't absorbed it yet. Yeah. So, man, I'm not gonna lie, man. It took me about 5 hours to really be like, he's really dead.
Yeah. Took a while.
It took a while. So that's how I found out. My sister was crying in a drive through at what's God's Chicken again?
God's Chicken?
Come on, you guys know Chick-fil-A.
Popeyes. Oh,
she was ordering food.
God's Chicken.
So she was crying like, "Oh God, Kobe's there." Yeah, I'd like to have a number 2, and not to make it comical, but people were in life. We were doing our thing.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. It couldn't have been Chick-fil-A. They're not open on Sunday.
It happened.
Yeah, they're not
open.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
On the seventh,
She was ordering something.
7th day they rest.
She was ordering something.
Something at a chicken place.
Chick-fil-A felt normal. Okay, I'm sorry, because we're black people. And so life was in session. I was on a hangover. It's tough. It's tough.
It's very tough. David, where were you?
So, unfortunately, when I found out the news, I was just waking up. Like, I was getting call after call after call, text after text after text. And then I finally woke up because when I'm super tired, I don't really wake up like that unless it's like something's crazy going on around me. But I end up picking up a call from a friend of mine, and he's just like, "Hey, like I'm sorry for your loss, man. I'm sorry. Like I don't know what to tell you." And I immediately thought like it was someone in my family or like a friend of mine. I was like, "Fuck, dude, like what the fuck happened?" And then he was just like, "Look at the link I sent you in your text messages." So I click on it, and it says Kobe Bryant has died. It was the TMZ link. Yeah. And I was just like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, this isn't funny, dude. It's Kobe Bryant.
Right, because
like
that's your boy.
Idol.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
Yeah. That's why we have David on the show today. He's coming from a different generation, but we wanted to show how Kobe Bryant's stardom and his presence affected all generations. Yeah. So sorry to cut you off there.
You don't know basketball without Kobe.
Kobe is
right.
Everything.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
his generation don't know basketball without Kobe.
That's true. Because you're 22, right, David?
Yeah.
Kobe played for 20 years. He played most of your life.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, so Kobe played like literally. I grew up. All I knew was Kobe.
That's all his life.
Like 2 years later, they go for the three-peat.
Right.
You know, that's the beginning of the three-peat.
You were only what? Like 5 or something then, right?
He still had his nut
still in diapers.
Yeah. He still had the nut tail.
My nuts hadn't dropped yet.
Yeah, you didn't know what a three-peat was.
Nope.
Exactly. So I mean, I have vivid memory of those things, like my family going crazy, throwing beer everywhere. My uncle's like screaming, doing the Mexican chant outside my house.
Yep.
You know, doing all that crazy shit. There was cars doing donuts with the Mexican and a Laker flag outside.
Damn Mexicans.
Yeah.
Cheers, cabrones.
So yeah, man. So and then years later, Paul Gasol comes in. 2 years in a row again.
Yeah.
So it's like all I know. I fell in love with basketball because of Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe, like to me, Kobe's everything. If you ask me. All my friends know that I'm a huge Kobe enthusiast. Yeah. So I'll be like, Kobe's the greatest to ever play the game. Yeah. And Michael Jordan is nothing compared to Kobe. Even though
that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair to say.
For your generation, yeah.
For your generation.
Like,
we saw
LeBron
Michael Jordan
to me,
play.
He's nothing to me. It's all about Kobe. I'm a huge Kobe fan.
We do a thread text throughout the week, and you disappeared on us for a few days after this.
Yeah. So that dude, I spent like 2 hours. I'm not even gonna like lie or nothing. I spent 2 hours. Like denying until like I realized I was like, Kobe died.
Yeah.
You know, Kobe died.
Because to you, he was Superman. He was like a god.
Dude, he was
Gods
like
don't die.
Never gonna die. He was gonna live on forever. He was gonna be a Black Mamba for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? And then when it sunk in, like my friend and my little sister was just like sending me like mass like highlights of Kobe, and then once we found out that Gigi was in there with him, that's when I lost it, man.
Yeah, that's what broke my heart. That broke me.
I broke into tears. I'm not even gonna lie. I was crying for like half an hour in my room, and I was just like, dude, Kobe and his daughter died.
Yeah.
Like, that's the saddest.
Let me ask you this, gentlemen. And by the way, for those of you at home watching, you can chime in on this. Sammy, if you can hear me, if you can make sure you put the number on the screen there, it's very important, especially today. Please give us a call. Let us know where you were, or we also have social media, KC's on top of it, where you can even chime in. And when I say chime in, I mean that you can chime in, text us, let us know where you were, and we'll probably give you a shout out on the show and read that particular text. But why do you think people loved him so much? What was it about Kobe Bryant that made people all across the world fall in love with who he is? What would be your answer to that?
You know, in the beginning, when Kobe first came to the Lakers, I wasn't really a fan. He was very arrogant and young, and
I felt the same way. Yeah,
it wasn't until later in his career where I was like, this guy's a kicker, man. And he was very inspirational to a lot of people, and his whole Mamba mentality, man. That's one and above of anybody I've ever heard.
That's a brand now. It's a brand.
It is. Like I'm, I follow entrepreneurs and all these guys like Gary Vee and all these motivational people. I mean, the number one, like just listening now to things I watch. Man, he was like obsessed with learning how to play basketball.
He was.
To where I saw he read the referee's handbook.
Yeah,
I don't think
told me that.
Anybody has ever done that in the history of basketball, to go and learn their job so he can make his job better. Like that's just crazy.
Isn't that phenomenal?
That's
and
crazy.
he spoke several languages. He spoke Italian. He spoke Spanish. He spoke,
and he worked out harder than anybody else out there. And he was just nonstop, dude.
Every time he lost a game, he went back to the Staples Center, threw up 100 shots after every loss.
Yeah,
more than 100. But I know where you're going with it, but
yeah, they said he would, when visitors of other teams would come in to play, they would see him out there shooting around and sweating all over the place as they're coming in before games, and then he would go get ready to play the actual game.
and then
still
after,
stay.
still stay after,
and still
Get a
stay,
couple shots.
still stay. And,
No,
and now he was starting at this point of his life. The second part of his life, he was starting to dedicate that passion, that intensity towards his family, towards other things. This man won an Academy Award for Dear Basketball.
And a Grammy.
That was a good story. That was a great story.
Great story. He only retired. He's only been retired 3 years.
And a Grammy.
And a Grammy. He's already doing big things in Hollywood and all across the world and just for children. You know, it's funny. I always thought I look up to LeBron. Well, I don't say look up to him, but I really admire him for what he's done for his community and for kids and things like that. I never even looked into what Kobe's done for kids and what he's done for his community and what he's done for the world until all this media coverage has been focused on him now through his untimely death, and they're putting it out there what he did. So he never even advertised. LeBron would kind of advertise what he does and let the world know. Kobe never did any of that. He was just a humble, quiet, philanthropist type of a man, you know. All across the world, people related to him because, of course, he can speak different languages. He's not from this. He was born in Italy, moved here when he was 5 or 6 years old, had to learn English just so he could fit in, and, you know, learned it and then learned how to speak Spanish and other languages.
He was born in Philadelphia and moved to Italy because his dad was a basketball player. So he was out in Italy for a while.
Is that accurate?
Yeah,
He's born in Philadelphia.
He was born in Philadelphia.
Italy?
He went born in Philadelphia. Then he went to Italy because his dad was a basketball player.
And then came back to Philadelphia.
Came back to Philadelphia, finished out his high school.
At Lower Merion?
Yeah, he finished out his high school. That's when he got drafted to the Lakers in 96, I think.
Oh, okay. So that means he was probably teased as a kid in Italy and in the United States in Philadelphia. So
Yeah, I didn't know that. So he came into it with the eye of the tiger.
There you go. There you go.
Eye
of the tiger. Philadelphia, baby.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Rocky.
They should put a statue of him up now.
They should.
Who?
Kobe. Where they have the Rocky statue.
Oh, shit.
They definitely should put one of him up at Staples Center.
Oh, it's going to be done by next year.
Yeah, it has to be.
You got to put up two.
Do you think they should? Do you think they should? They're talking about making him the new logo. What do you guys think about that?
I had asked that question to the general population, but go ahead.
What do people think?
Oh, everybody's like, if Jerry West is okay with it, why not?
I think Jerry. I think he'd be okay with it.
He's already said for the last 3 years he said he didn't want to be the logo anymore.
Yeah. That's right. He did.
See, I was watching YouTube last night, and I was watching the interview with the TBS or the basketball players. You know, we had Shaq on there, and you had a bunch of Miller and Wade, and they were obviously you see Shaquille O'Neal just losing it, like bawling. You know what I mean? Because he had just lost a family member. I think it was his sister a couple of weeks prior. Yeah. So now this. So he was just letting it out. But then
he lost his sister to cancer, right?
Yeah. So then Jerry West also came out on the show as well, and he started talking about Kobe Bryant, how he saw him as a son, and because when he drafted Kobe Bryant over to the Lakers, he convinced Shaq, "Hey man, you gotta come over. Like I have this kid he's phenomenal, So that he convinced Shaq to come on to the Lakers. Throughout their career, obviously, there were some issues with Shaq and Kobe. And Kobe wanted to leave because of the front office, but a lot of people didn't know this, and I'm surprised because I was listening to what West had to say, Mr. West had to say, and he said that Kobe Bryant was about to become a Laker. A Clipper.
I thought it was going to be a Chicago Bull.
No, he was going to go to the Clippers.
The Bulls were trying to get him.
He came close to being a Clipper.
He came close to being a Clipper.
He wanted to get.
No. The Bulls almost got him. He actually looked for a house in Chicago.
He was out there. The Bulls.
The Bulls almost.
But I think he came closer to being a Bull.
But when when I was listening to this conversation, Mr. West said that he was about to become a Clipper. He was so close in becoming a Clipper because he didn't want to leave the LA area. But Mr. West convinced him to stay. He convinced him to stay because he said, "I don't want you to play for that owner." Because at that time it was that other owner who was, what's his name?
The racist guy.
Yeah, there was a racist guy.
I forget his name off the top of my head.
So that's why he convinced him not to.
I saw the same thing. They were saying
Yeah.
that was one thing that he said is you cannot play for that person. Yeah.
Jerry Jones, that was his name.
No,
no.
I'm joking.
So yeah,
what was his name?
I don't even know.
No, not Robert Kraft. That's the Patriots.
God, we've got to erase his name from our
David
memory.
usually looks that up. David, can you look that up? Who the owner of the Clippers were? He's usually our
owner,
fact finder.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Excuse my mouth.
So let me ask you guys this.
Can I interrupt?
Yes.
I don't want to. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's long. But Vanessa just put a statement on Instagram.
Oh, did she really?
An hour ago, yeah. It's pretty long.
Oh, we need to hear this.
You want to read it?
It's on Instagram?
Yeah.
Is it something she's writing to us?
She just wrote it to the
Mentality Show?
Oh, wow.
To us.
My girls and I want to thank the millions of people who've shown support. Who've shown support.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Vanessa, his wife. You mean Vanessa Bryant? I'm sorry.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
there's the first time.
Vanessa's a very common name. I thought because we're reading our viewers.
No.
That's
right.
Okay, so this is from Vanessa Bryant, yes. Kobe Bryant's wife. My girls and I want to thank the millions of people who've shown support and love during the horrific time. Thank you for all the prayers. We definitely need them. We are completely devastated by the sudden loss of my adoring husband, Kobe, the amazing father of our children, and my beautiful, sweet young Gianna, a loving, thoughtful, and wonderful daughter, an amazing sister to Natalie, Bianca, and Capri. We are also devastated for the families who lost their loved ones on Sunday. We share their grief untimely, and we share all this untimely grief. There aren't enough words to describe our pain right now, and we take comfort in knowing that Kobe and Gigi both knew that they were deeply loved. We were so incredibly blessed to have them in our lives. I wish they were here with us forever, but they aren't. They were our beautiful blessings taken away from us too soon. I'm just going to leave it at that right there.
It's very long. Yeah.
If you want to know more, you can read the rest on Instagram.
On her page.
On her page. But, oh, man, this is... Casey,
the big thing that's been going around is you always hear, you've been hearing a lot of people say, like, tell people you love them, and just, you never know when it's your time. And this is a perfect example. Like, there's a thriving person who's on top of the world, and then his number was called and he had no idea.
He takes this helicopter. He's flown it back and forth to games. He's taken his helicopter. I'm sorry to interrupt. He's taken this helicopter thousands of times, ridden this helicopter. So this was probably just another day. He woke up another Sunday. Honey, I love you. Thanks for leaving dinner in the stove last night. Whatever. Routine day, random day. He and his daughter, they gather their friends together, his daughter's friends and friends of teammates of the team, the Lady Mambas.
And the family as well.
And, the husband and family, everyone on this on this helicopter ride. They get in the air. They do what they always do. And, now the next day they're not here.
Nope.
Now, Tech C, you're you have experience and knowledge in helicopters and pilots and, flying planes and things like that. You are a pilot, and you have a little experience with helicopters. Can you tell us a little bit of what you think could have possibly happened, and just give us your input on this?
A lot of people don't want to hear this, but I just don't think that the pilot should have gone ahead and flown that route. It was just it was forecasted for fog. The METARs said that there was fog, which is it's an aviation weather cast, and the sheriffs and the LAPD had grounded their airplanes. We got a caller calling.
Oh, okay.
Hold on 1 second. Hello?
Yes, caller.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hi there.
Just wanted to say I'm a big fan of the show. Wanted to call in, shout out, got love from my Uncle Casey.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
This is Edison here.
Okay.
What's up, Edison?
Just wanted to call. Been a long time listener. I love the fact that you guys are doing a Kobe show here, man.
Thank you.
He's meant so much to the community as a whole. Done so much for us as well. It's been weird, to say that he's gone. It still doesn't feel right talking about him in the past tense.
Yeah. Right.
And it's all kind of hard to believe, and just how short life is, and
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yes,
but
it's crazy.
Just the fact that everybody now is kind of celebrating him the way that we here in Los Angeles and Southern California always have been. It sucks that it came to this kind of it took this for that to happen.
Right.
But the fact that we are celebrating him, definitely it makes me smile a little bit. Helps the pain.
Right.
But I heard you guys were kind of talking about whether or not he should be the new logo.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I heard that Jerry West doesn't even want to be the logo.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah, so like, would I feel like Kobe would be a nice replacement if he doesn't even want it. If he's looking to get off it, I feel like there's no maybe Jordan, but other than him, like Jordan. It's that's got to be the guy.
Edison, let me say this. This is why I think Kobe should be versus Kobe and Jordan. Jordan was not the ambassador and reached out like Kobe did. Right. From what we're hearing now is you have the best woman player at the University of Oregon saying Kobe would text me and tell me you're doing a good job. Candace Parker said Kobe would reach out to me and tell me this stuff. You have players all through the league. When the guy from Boston broke his leg, what was his name? Gordon Hayward. Kobe reached out to him and wrote him a letter to say, this is why you're going to come back and be great. Jordan didn't do these things.
Right.
Jordan did not. Listen, we all know Jordan is the guy. Okay, granted, but Kobe did something which I think he learned from another MJ named Michael Jackson, because I talked to their family today. I shouldn't say that. And they said Kobe used to talk to Michael Jackson about how can I grow as a human being. That's and true. Michael taught him how to. What we saw, I saw people in India making murals, Cuba, Jamaica, China. Kobe reached out. Kobe learned, so you said Slovakian, just so he could talk to a player from Dallas. He learned his language. He learned Mandarin. He spoke. Kobe was a true ambassador to the sport and for the world. Michael wasn't that guy. Michael's not an ambassador. We know Michael's the best. I'll give it to him, whatever, in my time.
I mean, I get that.
Jordan is not as a philanthropist.
Even on that note, I mean, a lot of people have been saying, you know, with him passing, and everybody's like, his last message on social media
is brilliant.
Out to LeBron.
And
their entire career, people have wanted to pit them against each other, and this and that, whatever. And now everybody's like, hey, no more debates, no more like, let's just appreciate greatness. Like, hey, you believe this guy's the best? That's cool. I believe this guy's the best? That's cool. And like, just we never got time to appreciate the two of them. Until it was too late.
Absolutely. Well said, Jackson. Yes. Very well said.
Good job, nephew.
You know, that goes to be said for a lot of things in life also, because people get so wrapped up in what they think is happening, they don't even realize that the side they're picking is friends with the other side.
Yes.
So, yes.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And all that stuff seems petty now on who's the best player, and who's this and who's that. You know, right now, I think the most important thing about Kobe's death, one thing that I think the good that's come out of it, it's made people realize the love that they need to have for others in their lives, that people, you know, the people they may have taken for granted, family members, friends, people like that. This is a time you want to make sure, look, call that person. I love you. I care for you. I would hate to lose you in my life. Show that person, express to that person somehow that that's how you feel, because you never know. Randomly, things happen in life, including something like this. I would have never known that this had happened. Addison, thank you so much for your call, buddy.
And I even love you because even though you went to UCLA, you're a UCLA grad, I still love you.
Yes,
Hey, you know what?
have a good show.
All right.
Hey, you said you're a long-time listener of the show, so we got to say, we love you, buddy.
Hey,
We love you.
Love you guys too. You make my Wednesdays better.
Awesome.
right.
I appreciate that, man.
Thank
That's
you.
love right
Appreciate
there.
it.
That's love.
Later.
Later. All right. So, gentlemen, I got to ask you this here. Is this the worst celebrity death that you
Experience?
at least in our lifetime? I mean, I understand JFK and, of course, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, those type of assassinations and things. But just random, just out of the blue death of a celebrity, is this the toughest one you've ever experienced, do you think, in your lifetime?
You know what? I think, in my opinion, I think this is probably one of the hardest deaths that this generation is experiencing, because he just retired.
Right.
And he is not going to get an opportunity when he gets called to the Hall of Fame to say the speech that he wanted to say, like Shaq was talking about. He's not like, we're not going to be able to talk shit to each other and fuck around and say if this, if that.
Right.
That's what makes it bad. You know what I mean?
You know what else, to me, in my opinion, what makes this the worst? Out of all the celebrity deaths we've heard of in our lives, even not just in our lives, but in the past, Martin Luther King, JFK, none of them lost their child.
Yes.
In the process.
Yes. Along with them, yeah.
Along with them. This is the only time that I know of in history of something like this happening as far as celebrity death, where they lost even just a family member, but your own child, your own seed. That is what, like Vato V said, that's what fucked me up. That totally fucked me up, and I'm still fucked up over this.
The one thing that, this is what I wanted to say, like, you know, like Kobe Bryant and myself were pretty much the same age. He played basketball, and I played semi-pro. I coached for 16 years of my life, and I coached various kids, you know, including my son, and now I'm coaching my little girl, you know. Kobe reached his dreams. He reached his goals. He got there. He accomplished what he wanted to accomplish as a person, you know. And for him to see his little girl, and he's teaching her things that he wanted her to reach, and now she's not gonna have the opportunity to do that. And that's what hits home to me, because when I'm coaching my kid, I want her to be the best, because I already was there. I won championships. I won.
You've lived
I lived my life.
Right.
I accomplished my. I got to a career. I finished school. I did all that. Now it's her turn, or my kid's turn, to do whatever they got to do.
And Gigi didn't get that
and she did not get the opportunity, because as you saw, like, he wanted, according to Kobe, that she was going to go to UConn, and from UConn she was going to become.
She had big dreams.
Yeah, she had humongous dreams, like every little kid. And unfortunately, like, the big man upstairs said, "No, it's your time."
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, personally, I think why it hurts more for everybody but this guy, we watched him since he was 17 years old.
Yeah.
We it's like we almost raised him in a way, because like, I'm with you. When he first came to Lakers, I was like, who's this little 17-year-old high school dude we're drafting and shit?
Cocky and
then
shit.
He had the 2 air balls. Like, I'm not sure about this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, he had that 1 year, his rookie year, then he came back with the afro, and then we was like, who is this awesome motherfucker we got? But the thing is, we watched him grow. We watched him grow as an athlete.
Little shitlings.
We watched him get married, and some of us like, he's too young to get married. We watched him make a mistake in life. He made a huge mistake, but then we watch him mature
and become a man.
Grown
ass man.
We watch him keep his family unit together.
Yep.
Because we seen plenty of celebrities fuck up, do things, and then not get better. They get worse, and because someone said, okay, we're gonna get you out of this jam. He got out the jam. You know what he did? He got better as a human being, and we're proud of him.
Yeah.
Then we watched him play, win championship, and then watched him get hurt, and then
still continue.
Tore Achilles, hit a free throw, and show his dedication to the city. Where we cried that night, like, Kobe's out.
Yeah.
And then we watched him retire, and then do better things than his championships. Like, damn, you got an Oscar?
Yeah.
Who the hell does that?
People all their lives in Hollywood.
And we watched him smile like, I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. We're like, Kobe's on his way.
Yeah. He was successul on the court and off the court.
I like to hear that everybody said now he was such a good family man.
That's it. Here it's amazing how things in life go full circle. Those 2 jump shots that he missed, I'm getting a little sporty here. Those 2 jump shots that he missed was against what team? Anybody know? The Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
The last game of his career where he shot 60 points was against what team?
61.
61. Was against what team?
The Utah Jazz.
The Utah Jazz.
I saw that game.
I'm going to guess the Utah.
Isn't that crazy?
That was a good game. I saw when he scored 80.
Full circle.
When he scored, 81 points or 82?
That was against the Toronto Raptors.
I saw that game. I was like,
Jalen Rose was still hurt about that.
But you know what? Like, we talk about Kobe. We talk about his little girl. And it's a tragic death. But we also have to honor the other families.
No doubt.
Because in their family, these the Altobellis and the Mauser and the Chester and and obviously the pilot, like, for their family, they are the Kobe Bryant and they are the little girl. So it's like You got 3 babies that passed away. 3 babies, man. That hurt.
That matters more than anything.
That hurts more than anything.
As a pilot, man, there's a lot of pressure because I'm assuming that they had to get what they had to get, and he just didn't do the correct things that he should have did. He was an IFR rated pilot. He should have filed an IFR flight and gone through those processes, but that would have set them back probably about an hour, maybe 45 minutes, just to set that up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he flew into some bad conditions, and
the alcohol is going through.
He's gonna go cry.
He's gonna go cry in the bathroom.
So one of the things that got me, and Shannon Sharp, former NFL player, said it best. What his grandma told him one time. She said, "We have an appointment with God, and that we cannot cancel." That hit. That's the one that hit hard because it's true.
You can't. I remember you told me, you texted me that day. All of us, you said in the thread, that's something that stood out to me. He earned all these millions. This man dedicated all of his life to basketball to make sure that the second half of his life is going to be dedicated towards his family. He set everything up where things would be easier for him and his family ongoing. Yeah. And although his family, his children, Vanessa, they're going to be fine financially right now. But yeah, he lost that second part of his life that he was supposed to chill, supposed to relax, supposed to sit back and enjoy it and rest on his laurels and look at all of his accomplishments. Even though he was accomplishing even more and probably just as busy the second half of his life, all that's been taken away from this dude. He's 41 years old. David, you're 22. You're probably thinking 41. Damn, that's going to be a long time from now. I got a lot to do before him. That shit comes up on you just like that.
When I was 22, I didn't think I was going to make 30.
Yeah.
Same deal.
And then when I hit 30, the 30s went by like that.
Like that. All of us here at this table have children except for David. David's our child too.
Yeah, he is our kid.
This
is older than my kid.
Delano adopted him.
Yeah, it's my baby. We all have children. So let me ask you this, gentlemen. What about this incident? How can I ask? What about this incident made you realize that, look, I really need to reach out to people and anybody I had beef with, anybody I had a problem with, a disagreement, things like that.
You realize that you never know, man. Like tomorrow could be it, today could be it.
Nobody, because there's still shitty people out there that don't deserve to be nice to.
Did you reach out to anybody, Scully, when this happened and let them know? Look, hey,
I mean, I've spoken a little bit. I haven't said a whole lot tonight because you guys have a lot on your mind.
To your rival San Francisco fans and say, fuck you.
Yeah, hey, sorry, KC, fuck off.
You can tell them after when they win.
The team KC.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. It was the kid thing that affected me the most. I don't give a shit about celebrities or anyone who may call themselves famous. You can all go suck a dick.
There you go.
All right? I don't care. You're no different than I am or anyone at this table.
We just woke up the white Mamba, yo.
I don't.
They're all different. They got a lot of money.
But I can tell
Ginger Mamba.
I can tell you that he gave me a reason to watch basketball.
Yeah.
So like watching his drive and everything that he held inside. Like we can all say that at the very least. Even if you didn't watch basketball, you knew who the fuck he was.
Right.
So that's awesome, and I'm not going to take that away. But I still don't think anyone like that is better than anyone else. And again, real quick, if you're rich, you have a higher risk. If he was in a car, he'd probably still be here. But and I'm not going to cut on flying or anything. It's the risk and day in, day out, whatever fog, whatever.
You could die in a car easier than you would an airplane.
The kids, that's the fucking thing that matters. Nothing else matters. Exactly. You're 40, dude. At least you live forever. 41. These kids didn't get a choice. There's 3 of them on there that fucking died, man. And
get a drink of beer at 18.
Yeah, right. There's 3 kids on there that died. Absolutely.
No, it's totally devastating.
Lost their lives.
When you sent that fucking text, dude, that was the first thing I thought.
Yeah,
it's fucking Sunday, and they said there's 5 other people on the. And this was before it was 9.
It was 9.
I'm like, fuck.
It's the whole family.
That's the whole family.
That's what. Holy shit, they all died.
I got to say this. I got to ask you, gentlemen, this question. Unfortunately, we only have a few more minutes left. Time just goes by. When you pass away, this whole thing has been about Kobe's legacy, what he's left behind, the type of person he was. when you pass away, when that day comes, when you get that great promotion in the sky, okay, some of y'all maybe down below, but when that day comes, what legacy would you like to, and please give me the quick answer on this, would you like to leave behind for your children and for your family?
Yeah, that's a good question. Cause
I know it's a deep question.
I can answer
balls
that.
deep.
Balls deep.
I'm like I said, I'm heavy into my charities, on my homelessness charities, and the breast cancer. So
yeah,
I've made those my 2 targets, and I'm just gonna do what I can to give back to those 2 organizations.
That's love right there. And you can mention them anytime on the show. Please always mention your charities and what you do.
I will.
Yeah, definitely.
Got something big coming up.
Oh, something big coming up.
Yeah.
All right, what about you? Scully.
I just
what about
think
you,
like,
Texie?
like I'm inspired by Kobe's and his way of thinking, and I think like just trying to be a better person and work hard at your goals, man, because they don't just
That
come
Mamba
to you.
mentality.
Yeah, that's a great way to follow, line of to follow. It just
Right.
It's
But
good
so
stuff.
you got that Mexican mentality.
Yeah, as a parent, I just want my legacy to be as like that. I was the best parent that I possibly be to my kid.
Really good dad here too, by the way.
That
and a really good dad here too.
Yeah, we're all good fathers here.
Good dad here too.
You know, I'm your daddy.
Talking about David the intern.
It's a tough way to learn it.
Sorry, buddy. I know. The DNA came back.
You got some future sperm. You're going to be good
There
too.
you go.
And your balls right now.
Vato VED.
Donald Sterling is the Clippers.
Donald Sterling.
Thank you, John.
I just didn't want to interrupt.
Thank you, John.
Donald Sterling. Sterling, right?
Yeah.
Sterling. That's
Fuck
right.
'em.
Asshole. Fuck 'em.
Race.
All right, Scully. What about your answer on this?
Can I hear the question again?
What legacy would you like to leave behind for your family and for your friends to remember you by?
You know what? Just remain who you are and be who you are, and don't be nice to people that don't deserve it. But identify the ones that really don't deserve it. You'll know who they are.
Exactly.
I don't hold myself up on a pedestal. I don't know how to deal with negative stuff. It's why I've been kind of quiet tonight. I don't like talking about things that aren't happy. You take the happy out of Todd. You take the happy out of everything. Yep. And I don't care about a legacy, man. I just want to. I'm just trying to get through, just like everyone else.
It's a dream.
And I'm nice to who deserves being nice to, and
fuck everybody else.
I don't know how to go there. I don't want people to look at me like some sort of fucking role model.
That's true.
I'm here to do what I can do, and if that's not good enough, then too
Fuck
bad.
you.
This guy doesn't.
Damn, Charles Barkley.
Insurance or anything.
I like that. That's true.
David, what would you like here?
Shit, I mean, I'm happy you're at guys' age, so.
Just people.
Are you? How old are you?
He's 22.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, I'm only 38.
He's a
so
baby.
we got this.
You are half mine. Go ahead.
He looks like he's 32 though.
With that beard, huh?
Rough years,
Beard,
young
the beard
man.
gut and
Rough
everything,
years,
you know.
man. No, it's crazy because it's literally the completely opposite of what Todd just said.
Okay. Fuck you, Todd.
Go ahead.
Fuck me, though. No, man. But all my life, Kobe was a huge role model to me. He's always.
No, we're talking about your legacy.
Oh yeah.
When it
your
comes to
legacy.
mine,
Don't be angry though. I just don't have role models.
nah, I do.
I need the 30-second answer on this.
All right, basically,
You're
I just
young,
wanna-
so I think you only have 10 seconds.
You got to
I
earn the
just-
30.
when I'm 6 feet under the ground, I just want, when people would mention my name, I just want them to laugh and smile and be like, that was
That's
the best.
nice.
That
And
was
be like,
one of the nicest
we
people
laugh.
I've ever-
That's a good answer.
They're gonna say he was a help in the mentality show.
He was such a great help. All right, so you know what? I just want to mention, you mentioned it, Vato V. The others, we talked about Kobe Bryant. We talked about Gianna. The other 7 people I just want to mention, let's not forget about them.
Please
Their
don't.
names, Carrie and Alyssa Altabelli, John Altabelli, Christina Mauser, Peyton Chester, Sarah Chester, and the pilot Ara Zabayan.
I have a question. I don't know if you guys know, but the family, the other family, the mom, dad, and the daughter.
Yeah.
Did they have any other kids?
I don't know.
I think that whole family got
That was all
wiped.
family?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Okay.
Now, I want to say
That
this.
was their whole family.
Wow.
It's fucking sad, dude. I can't even imagine
family got wiped.
what went through their minds when.
That
I
last
can't
minute.
imagine
That
that.
last
I mean,
minute,
I don't
man.
want
That
some
last-
hateful shit or nothing, but I might prefer that. But that's
Yeah.
for another show, I guess.
Yeah. So our last words on this, I want to say is, God bless their families. God bless their souls. Kobe Bryant and Gianna and those folks that lost their lives that day. The good thing, the silver lining in all of this, of course, is the memories that we'll always have of Kobe Bryant and Gianna, and the memories that those family members of those who lost their lives, those memories will live on. My mother, she lost her life 11 years ago in an accident, a car accident, just out of the blue, didn't see it coming. But she's always with us in our family because we always have her in our memories. Exactly. And I will always give those memories to my children, and hopefully they'll give those on and on and on. So just the memories, folks.
I just want to say I love you guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's all right. You wouldn't tell me that through text, but I
text be different.
I kept trying to get him to tell me he loves me through text. But anyway,
you can just play this back for the rest of your life.
It's on tape now.
Love me and hold me.
Guys, that's our show. No Mexican word of the day.
No rhymes, no nothing.
No rhymes. This was all Kobe Bryant. This was all love. This was all just people that you love in your life. Just make sure you hold on to them, folks. Let them know that. Okay, so, folks, www.thementalityshow.com. Our past episodes on YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel on The Mentality. I'm sorry, it's called The Mentality Show on YouTube. LATalkRadio.com. Facebook Live. Catch us now on iTunes, Google Play, and iHeartRadio. Also, our 100th show is coming up. That's going to be a 2-hour show. We're already working out the details now. It's going to be a special show. Get your tickets now.
Don't forget about the Mentality Show drinking game.
There we go.
Anytime I take a sip, you better take a sip.
That's good. Let's do that.
All right, so from Delano, my man KC, David, Scully, Tech C, Vato V, folks, remember in life, you're good, but with our help, you could be the best. We love you, folks.
Love each other.
2-4.
You're listening to The Mentality Show, only on LA Talk Radio.